Evening, tubers. I'm cooking some wild hog. This looks like pork chops. It's not exactly. This was like a 150-pound hog that a buddy of mine killed, and he gave me the back straps off of it. And I just cut them up and kind of butterflied them. I'm fixing to fry this a little bit, and then after I brown it, I'm going to put it in a pan and put it in the oven. I really like wild hog. I prefer wild hog over domesticated hog. It's way better. And personally, I think it's cleaner. Now, I don't really want to put but 3 pieces at a time in there. I didn't batter this. I just put sea salt on it, and onion powder and garlic powder, and a little bit of pepper. I'm going to let that cook a little while, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what we got. Alright, I've been cooking this about 5 minutes here. I don't know if y'all noticed, but when I first put this in here, it didn't just go crazy and go to popping all over the place. And that's because I let my pork set out for about 2.5 hours on this plate. Actually, I just put it on the plate and set it inside the oven where nothing would bother it, and I let it get to room temperature. It's best to always cook your pork at room temperature. I'll turn this over, and we'll cook it 5 minutes on the other side. It's got a little bit of browning going on there, you see. After 5 minutes on that other side, I'm putting it in the pan. I've actually got 2 batches of it. I'm going to get both of them cooked, 10 minutes total for each batch, 5 minutes on each side. Then I'm going to put them in this pan right here, and I'm going to put them in the oven on 350 degrees for about 8 or 10 minutes. Okay, I've been kind of moving it around here a little bit. I think that's perfectly natural. I think that's what we all do. I think I've got enough browning on this piece right here. I think I'm fixing to take it out. Go ahead and put it in my pan. And I'll go ahead and sneak one of these pieces in there. And these right here, I believe I'm going to turn them over. Get a little more browning on that first side. I've been looking at them. They're getting awful tender, but I like some color. I do want to get some color on them. You don't have to cook stuff in batches. Cover it back up here for a little bit. I know I jump from one thing to another on this channel. You never know if I'm going to be working on something, or making a funny Snapchat video in a silly face, or I'm going to be doing dirt work, or cooking, or just what have you. But I changed my channel name from Good Enough to Dirt Good. Now, I thought about changing it to Dirt Good Enough, but I decided Dirt Good was better. And Michael Simon has already taken Dirt Perfect, so that's really a good catchy name, but I think Dirt Good is equally as good. So these here's going to be Dirt Good pieces of pork, the way I look at it. Anyway, I'm going to get on with this here, and I'll show you what happens here when I put this in the oven. Alright, y'all, I got 3 pieces out of here. I'm just checking on it here. Got some pretty browning going on this one. I'm keeping it covered up because I want to keep it as moist as I can. That one's getting pretty close. I'm going to cook it a little more like that because that frying does away with a lot of that fat, melts a lot of that viscerous tissue, as I call it. I'm going to let it go a little bit more like that and get her browned up. Alright, I got it all browned up here pretty good. Some of it I didn't cook as long as the rest because it's thinner pieces. Sure don't want to overcook them. I got some onions here my son cut up the other day. Had in the fridge already. I'm going to put them all over it. Onions just makes everything better. At least we believe that around here. I got one more ingredient. I'm going to put some Slap Your Mama on there. Just a little bit. Don't want to get too much. I'd rather take my time and just get enough. I've had my oven preheating for about the last 15 minutes or so probably. I wanted to have a good 350, and I've got that. I've got me a piece of aluminum foil already tore up. Probably wouldn't have to go through this stuff right here, but I don't want to dry it out any. If I can help it. Don't have to be perfectly sealed. Alright, set this in here in the 350-degree oven. Probably going to let that go about 10 or 15 minutes. I don't really think that'll be too long. Come back and see what we got here. Alright, these things have been going about 16 minutes in here at 350. I'm going to check on them. I'm going to leave the oven on until I see what things look like here. Well, I believe they could go just a little bit longer. I don't know here. That's pretty good, actually. Yeah, I don't want to dry them out. Now normally, a feller would let this rest, but for the sake of keeping this video short, I'm going to get a good thick one out here and cut it. See what's going on inside of here. That looks pretty darn good to me. The question is, what does it taste like? Let's see. I'm going to say that's really, really good. Have me a little piece of that onion. There we have it, folks. Fried and baked wild hog. Remember, let your pork come up to room temperature before you fry it, and you won't make near as big a mess, and it'll get cooked in the center faster. Alright, I hope y'all liked this. If y'all did, click like and subscribe, and by all means share this. If you didn't like it, tell me that too. I'll be back tomorrow the next day, and we'll be cooking or doing dirt work or fixing something or making fun of one of our buddies or something. We'll be having fun, you know, doing something or other. Eating is fun. I'm fixing to warm me some taters that I got in the refrigerator here, and I'm fixing to eat some of this right here. Y'all have a Merry Christmas. Wish y'all well.